Hello, everyone. Welcome to Joe Consume Cinema. I'm your host. Have you heard the word of Kier? And today we have Severance, Season 1, Episode 7. So last episode was really good. Honestly, the big thing last episode was Mark finally worked up the courage to answer the cell phone of Petey's and went on this, clandestine meeting. This random woman showed up at his old high school, I believe he said. That's where he used to teach. The woman is apparently familiar with him. He doesn't recognize her at all, but yeah, that's what's happening right now. Dylan got woken up on the outside. He took that little card that had like that yoga pose or whatever it was, and it was apparently super important so that Marchek or Malchek, I need to remember his name, came to his house and had, him switched over from his outside self to, Dylan so that he could find out where that card was. But yeah, I don't want to prolong this one too much. I just want to get right into it. But as always, I have to go over the plan. So the plan is to do all of season one as reactions up on the channel, Joe Consumes Cinema, and then every following season will be a Patreon exclusive at Joe Consumes Cinema. But you only have to be a free member in order to access it. So the thinking here is that, I'm trying to boost the metric a little bit, get more people to sign up as free members, bring more attention to the channel, to the Patreon. Signing up is less than a 2-minute process. It's nothing. Just sign up via email. That's it. So if you're ever watching one of my Severance Season 1 reactions up on the channel and you're wondering, why things just stopped, well, they didn't. It just continued over on the Patreon. So yeah, that's the plan, and I think it's going to work out quite well. With that, let's get right to the episode.
I'm the one who helped your friend.
Helped? You mean reintegration? Killed him.
Procedure didn't kill Petey. If he had followed my post-op instructions and not simply run away at the first sign of sickness.
So you're a doctor?
I put that chip in your head, and I'm still the only one who can deactivate it.
Holy shit.
Maybe I don't want it deactivated.
Right. Well, maybe Ernie does. You wonder what he thinks about all this, don't you? You wonder if he's happy. I hate that term, Innie. So infantilizing. Then again, you've been severed for 2 years, right? So your Innie really is still just a baby.
My Innie lives his own life.
But he only exists because of you. And for all intents and purposes, he is you. Do you really think he's different down there? Maybe he loves it, you're right. But maybe he doesn't. Maybe he dreams every day about clawing his way to the surface. But you wouldn't know. You brought him into this world without his permission, based on your own desire for emotional convenience.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not a bad person.
I think you want to do what's right.
Mr. Scout, you having a chat with someone, Mark?
Shit! What the fuck are you doing?
He's Doug Grainer, head of security on the Severance floor.
Security? Oh my god!
Grainer's security card. Take it to work tomorrow, he'll know what to do. We'll finish what Petey started, Mark. Now get the fuck out of here!
Man, things took a turn. At least we have some, forward movement, I would say. Okay, so that's the person they were talking about, Harmony and Grainer. She's the doctor that performed the medical procedure on Mark and some of the others, actually implanting the chip. Honestly, she was making a lot of sense with, what she was talking about.
Where were you?
Who, me?
Yeah,
Just...
I heard the car. I've been up for an hour, and you weren't here.
Okay, just... needed to drive a little. Well, I mean, this is kind of a big deal for me.
Do you want me to go?
Maybe,
That's a weird one, Mark. He's freaking out because he just saw someone get their head bashed in, but at the same time, he shouldn't blow his chance with her. Well, he's got the security card now, so we'll see what he can get up to on the inside.
Mark, you usually dispose of your waste in the early afternoon.
getting a head start on the day, I guess.
You look troubled, Mark.
Huh?
New doors only he can open. Anyone with a security clearance can open, I should say. So now they're trapped in the office. What is this stupid card, and why is it so significant?
The missing 7199G.
Now we can focus on the final preparations.
That we can.
Without interruptions.
What the hell is that?
Walk with me. What happened last night is called the overtime contingency. It's a safeguard we occasionally employ to remotely awaken workers off-site. It's for emergency use only.
The boy. Was that my son?
He'd agreed to count to 1,000, which he then violated. I really wouldn't mention this to your colleagues, Dylan.
Can you tell me his name?
Not knowing is probably for the best.
Wait, we've locked in now?
I prefer the phrase safely situated.
Mark, what is this?
Her ability to weasel her way in, pretty damn good.
I met this rich woman at the birthing retreat. I guess her husband's a state senator.
Oh, wow.
I saw her again at the park a few days later, and she 100% didn't remember me. Mark's company, Lumen, they say that they only sever people for work. Like, what if you wanted a baby? But you didn't want to.
Have to go through all the pregnancy nonsense. I think she's right. It's a shame she told Harmony about it.
Why do you think Mark did it?
It was right after he lost his wife. At first, he tried to keep teaching at the college, but he couldn't.
You know we can't go anywhere. I mean, I get that you're worried about Bert.
Suppose he's being disciplined for our visit? Suppose he is, thanks to you. If only someone had told you that going there was a shitty fucking idea from the jump.
Good day, refiners. LER, please step forward. By reaching 75% refinement on Sienna, you have earned for you and your fellow refiners a 5-minute music dance experience.
Mr. Milchek, she's at 73%.
Yes, well, it's been a tough morning on all of us.
Why for you?
And I thought a little frivolity would be just what the doctor ordered. The maraca. Excellent choice.
Defiant Jazz.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
I wasn't expecting this. Oh shit, the black card. Is he about to snap? Shit.
Dylan, what the hell? Jesus Christ! Dylan!
He broke the skin. He needs a full tetanus toxoid panel.
You've done it now, Dylan. I'm reporting this to Miss Cobell.
Yeah, you want to go see her together?
The music dance experience is officially canceled.
Man, that scene was fucking crazy, dude.
They can wake us up.
what?
On the outside, it's called the overtime contingency. Went up the elevator, I woke up outside in my house. I saw my son. And then he hugged me. He was so happy to see me. But now I'm just supposed to have that in my head every day here. I never get to see him again.
He's not your son, Dylan. He's your outie son.
That's bullshit. He's my son, too.
If they can wake us up on the outside, what's to stop us from doing it to ourselves? We can all see the outside, find out who we are.
Controls are surely somewhere we can't access.
Oh shit.
The security office?
Is that?
Greener's key card?
Must have had it with me when I came in today.
Why does your Audi have the key card of our head of security?
Irving,
I'm sorry, Mark.
where are you going?
I have to make sure Bert's okay.
I mean,
It's fucking weird.
oh my god.
Look, that's us.
Let's go, Belle.
She won't come here.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, if they got there once, they can get there again.
Doug Grainer is dead. The board finds this deeply troubling.
Whoever killed Mr. Grainer is probably the same person who reintegrated Peter Kilmer.
The board reminds you that reintegration has not...
Reintegration happened, and I have the data to prove it. I would be happy to share my findings in person without intermediaries.
The board agrees.
trackball, type, switch, type, flip, type, hold. Boom. I'm smart. So I have 3 times as many finger traps as you guys.
One of us has to stay behind,
Yeah,
right?
after work, I can do it.
I love you, but I think it's designed as a 2-man operation. 2 lever switches that you have to hold open during the actual procedure. And they're on either side of the door.
I can do it.
Get out of there, Irving.
Greetings, designers. And one refiner.
This is kind of strange. I do know how I feel. Today is my last day with you. I'm certain you will remain with me in spirit in some deep yet completely inaccessible corner of my mind. And Bert, I see you. Congratulations. Good job, buddy. Bon voyage.
Bert is retiring.
You're all just gonna stand here and let him die? Irving, what?
Bert's Audi is retiring. It'll happen to you too someday.
You smug motherfucker. You're not severed. You walk out of here with your memories. You carry them home with you every night. No one can rip them away from you, snuff them out, like you never existed. That's enough!
I don't know what's gotten into you people today.
Yes, Mr. Milchek.
I'm worried about Irving here.
Let's burn this place to the ground.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
No, come on.
Look, Mark,
Come on.
I just don't think you're ready for this.
No, I think I'm really ready
No.
for this.
I don't think you're ready for anything. I think you're a mess right now.
I'm sorry for talking about her. No, it's too much.
You know what? You can talk about her. You can not talk about her. Whatever you want.
See? That's her. Gone. We'll talk all about Gemma. She was great. She was great.
Are we about to get a look at her face and it's going to reveal something?
My wife liked other people's dogs.
Come on, show the face. Who is it? Oh my god, it's Miss Casey. Jesus. Wow. Okay, took some time just to gather my thoughts. That was episode 7. It was amazing. That is the best episode of season 1 thus far. So things start off with Dylan, waking up as he comes into work, his in-person turning on. Visibly upset, he's talking with Malchek and he's like, was that my son? What's his name? Malchek, gives him nothing, explains that is the overtime whatever thing they said, where during emergencies they can be turned on in the outside world. It really shook him to his core because he says during the episode, that's my son. He came up to me. He was happy to see me. He gave me a hug. He's my son. Like, there's none of this, in out bullshit. He is awake now. It was really interesting, that whole scene with the music and the dancing. I wasn't expecting that, but it was like a really good moment. But Dylan the whole time is just stewing in the thought of, that memory that he has of, now he has a son and he wants to know his name. He's just like getting angrier and angrier as, like Malchek is dancing around him. And finally he flips out and attacks him, knocks him to the ground and starts biting him. When Mark comes into work, he realizes that he has the security card from Grainer, who at this point is dead. Harmony and the board now know that. She's about to get a face-to-face meeting with the board, which should be pretty interesting. Hopefully that happens next episode. I'd be very curious what that is like. But yeah, Mark now realizes that he can leave at will because they put in these new security doors, but, he has an access card that gets him out of there. They went to the security room, which is normally where Grainer works, and they see the switches, and it's possible to turn on and off, the individual Severance people. And yeah, the group has come up with this plan to, rebel. It's pretty cool. You saw how Irving, like, as soon as he got out the doors, the first thing he wanted to know was, how's Bert G doing? Is he okay? He got sent to the break room like everybody else pretty much after what happened last episode. So Bert is retiring, and Irving is very upset at that. He views it as, Bert's coming death. It even got to the point where he was so angry, like he visibly told off Malchek, saying, "You smug motherfucker, you." That was a great moment, too. Especially from Irving, of all people, who's very reserved and, always thought of this place as, doing the greater good. The group is finally starting to, see through all the bullshit and, the coming up with a plan of action to actually do something now. It's really interesting, the scene between Harmony and Mark's sister. She unfortunately, is buying the whole act that Harmony is doing. It's very convincing, so I don't blame her for doing that. But she lets slip some important information. She has this theory that the woman that she met at the birthing place might have been severed based on the way she was acting, because they had this whole conversation and then she ran into her at like a park or something, and it was pretty clear that, she had no idea who she was and she was behaving like, they had never met. She comes up with this theory that, maybe they're offering severance to people, in that woman's situation, she was pregnant and she didn't want to, deal with it. So why not sever herself temporarily? You have this, inconvenience of carrying a child to term for 9 months. If you sever yourself, you don't have to deal with, the consequences. You just, wake up and all of a sudden you have the child. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. And I think she's really onto something there. And, I'm a little concerned now because Lumen and Harmony in particular are willing to do damn near anything. We saw at the end of the episode a really big reveal. Now, the way they were building to it, Mark was talking with Alexa, trying to, smooth over what had happened the night before. They actually went on a good date, and then they went back to Mark's place afterward. Took that phone call and then left. He couldn't tell her about any of that, so from her perspective, it just appears like he's super uncomfortable. He's not gotten over his wife, that type of thing. To prove the point that Mark has gotten over her, he rips up a photograph of her. See, this is her. It's gone like a magic trick. And I knew they were building to that reveal because every time they had a close-up of Mark like taping the picture back together, his thumb or his finger was always over the face, so I knew like it's going to be someone that we've seen before. And sure enough, it's Miss Casey from the wellness counselor or whatever the hell she is. And, not quite clear what that situation is exactly. Did they fake her death? Was she really in an accident and then they got to the scene first, whisked her away and did the severance procedure on her? It's not clear what that whole situation is. If she's actually severed or she wanted to escape or like what the hell is going on, but just more and more nefariousness from Lumen. I talked about before the episode started that the whole thing with the goats, the first thing that popped into my mind was cloning, just drawing on that cloning of Kier potentially, because these people really do seem to worship Kier and everything he said and did. It's kind of like hero worship run amok, like this idea of worshiping like a billionaire in charge of some company or something, thinking like they're an Uberman or, something like that, when they're really just a flawed human being like the rest of us. But yeah, really, really good episode. Honestly, the best episode of the season thus far. And I've enjoyed every episode, so that's really saying a lot too. But yeah, honestly, I just want to get right to the next one. It should be amazing. Hopefully they rebel and it actually is successful, but I know there's multiple seasons, so it's not going to be that simple. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So as always, thanks for watching, and peace.